what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the current energy. So let's get into it. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I know I already said that, but I extend that to you today. The energy's been a little intense. It's kind of a weird, like there's good, but then there's kind of just some icky parts of things lately. When I'm recording this, we are going to have a new moon in Leo. We're in Leo season. As a side note, these messages are always timeless. So whenever you find them, as long as they resonate, they fit what you need to hear, what you're trying to implement into your life, definitely know that they are timeless. Use your discernment always. But we are, as I was saying, we are in Leo season. And so there is this need for ego validation, wanting things to work out in a certain way, wanting to think, feel a certain thing around how situations are manifesting. Some of it we are receiving, some of it not so much. And that's where that push and pull is coming into play, especially if you are dealing with some more challenging situations right now. That's why I start off with these energy cleansings, set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, clear out any unwanted energy, negativity, blocks, illusions, that type of thing. Setting our intention on being open to receive those necessary messages. It's also a really good time to set your own intention. If there are specific things that you're moving through that you would like Spirit to deliver messages or answer questions around, definitely bring those and be open to receive. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for the highest and best, any fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value. Cleanse, remove the energy that is not meant for us. Help us to be open to receive what we need to hear, what we need to see, sense, feel, and understand. Help make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, so let's get into it. So like I was saying, there is like a little bit of this push and pull energy that we're experiencing right now. As I was preparing for this reading, I was hearing it's the fight for yourself. It's the fight for living a life that feels happy and fulfilling to you, and not necessarily putting up with all the BS, all the chaos, the things that are weighing you down. Yes, we have to be really mindful of that Leo ego right now, because Leo does like to be right. They do like to be front and center, the one that's in control, etc. No shade to Leo energy, because sometimes we need to embody those things, right? We just want to make sure some of the stuff that's happening right now is gritting against our ego. We have several planets in retrograde. We have a new moon tomorrow. Mercury's going into retrograde the next day. So there's just kind of a lot going on. And when there's a lot going on, we really need to make sure that we're taking time to listen to our wants and needs. Remembering that we can move a little bit slower is what I'm hearing. Yeah, I love this synthesis energy. It's about having so much awareness around what is going on for you that you choose things from that space of wisdom. Is this really going to vibe with me today? Is this really what I want to be doing with my time energy? Or can I reschedule? Can I put this on a different day? Can I, it's working in harmony with the environment around you. So you're therefore working in harmony with yourself. And this is what that battle for self, right, is all about. It's about being able to put your wants and needs at the forefront and go after those desires. Go after what you know you can achieve. It's beautiful right now because Venus is also in Leo. And so we're taking comfort and pride in our achievements, in the way that we're pushing forward. And we are creating something that is very beautiful. I love this enchantment. To me, it connects us with the magicalness, the magic, I was going to say, of life, where it's like things just work out. There's synchronicities, right? It's like right place, right time energy is what I'm hearing. And I feel like it is because of the foundation that you are creating, that you're cultivating. The more that you practice, the more it makes sense, the more those synchronicities happen and things align. I still hear there is some fear and hesitation, memory. We're getting a lot of this energy coming up of the past. I feel like that when I was hearing that message today around the battle of self, I was hearing it in relation to these memories that we are holding on to, people, places, and things that we've had to work intentionally to release, to let go, feeling the grief, the loss around what has been, but making sure that we're not getting sucked into or stuck in that spot. Especially if we still have to deal with those types of lingering energies in our environment. The wolf, the wolf in our overarching energy. I'm not surprised. The wolf and butterflies, discernment. Okay, so using that wisdom, using that discernment, I'm hearing wolves in sheep's clothing, right? So we still have to be cognizant of what has transpired, what these memories are. I'm hearing also making sure that you're not just sweeping it under the rug. That can be a block as well to future, to what you're bringing in. And like really, your energy for today is super beautiful. It's talking about you. I'm hearing this as like implementing the wisdom, implementing what you've learned. Cultivating that strong foundation for yourself, which I truly believe happens when we take care of our mind, body, and soul. Wellness is the best foundation any of us can use in order to empower ourselves, right? In order to be the best version of ourselves. The more we take care of ourselves, the more we can do, right? And it's not about production. It's about not repeating mistakes of the past so that you're not feeling unnecessarily weighed down or restricted, limited. I feel like there's parts of you that doesn't want to get trapped back into another cycle. Change is on the horizon. We've kind of been going through a lot of change with Pluto moving into Aquarius. Ever since March 2023, it's been retrograding back and forth between Aquarius and Capricorn. So we're in this dance of figuring out what this new timeline, what this new era is going to look like. Pluto does govern generational energies. Ace of Wands, I saw this while I was shuffling as well. So creative spark. Approaching what is on the horizon for you in that smart and intentional way. Getting passionate about it. And passion is coming through the way that you're creating harmony with your environment. We all know what it feels like to be involved in something we just don't want to be, and the way it feels to light at the end of the tunnel. When can I be done? When is this over with? I also hear that some of these things are becoming realities for you things that, opportunities that you were given, things that you said yes to aren't really panning out in the way that you had hoped or anticipated, or you're seeing that a little bit more clearly as time is moving on. These are things that I feel like I'm hearing temporary. Some of this stuff was temporary. Some of this stuff was just to get you from point A to point B, right? It wasn't meant to last to Z, all the way down the alphabet, right? It wasn't meant to be with you that long term, but I feel like there is some grief around that, because we always go in with high hopes, right? We always go in with a desire for something to be the thing that happily ever after. We don't have to do anything else after that. But so much of this is connected to what we deserve, right? Evolution, growth, in my opinion, in life is a lot about like what we think we can have. Do we think we can do it? Do we have the commitment, the capacity to make it happen? And I think that we can, but I also think that, okay, because there is a new approach, because you are looking at things in a different perspective and wanting to quote unquote do it right, whatever that means. You want to do it right this time, so you're not doing a lot of wasted energy or engaging in relationships that just limit or restrict you, relationship situations. But it's also forcing you to look at yourself, right? Because that is the nature of the beast. There's two sides to every relationship, perspective, whatever. And regardless of whether you agree with what people say, it's a moot point, because number one, we have to believe ourselves, right? Like we know when we're trying to manipulate or get out of something or whatever. Like, I feel like there's this level of being honest with yourself about what things are. Yes, there are some bittersweet things that come with that, and it's humbling for all of us. But, you know, honestly, when we're able to give ourselves that grace and that understanding, it actually helps us to release some of that restriction, the limitation that we put on ourselves by feeling unworthy, by feeling less than. New beginning. I feel like a new opportunity is coming in that actually is, like I was saying, it's pushing you to the next level. It's allowing you to level up. It's going to make things busy. It's going to make things a little complicated. Not good, bad, right, or wrong. But I also feel like this is another confirmation of working in harmony with yourself and your environment. Knowing your limits, knowing what you can and can't give, knowing what feels comfortable for you. And then having that foundation of wellness is really going to help you thrive. Because, yeah, I love this. Hierophant. So this is a big opportunity, and this opportunity is something that will be in your life long term. It is something that aligns completely with you, with what you want, surrounding your values, what you believe, what you hope to kind of represent or have represented in your life. Let's clarify. Okay, Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're out on the prowl. You're going after it. I hear as like being really strong in your boundary. Like, I don't want to say boundaries, because it's like you're only paying attention to the things you need to. Queen of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, someone, something that wants some type of validation, was waiting. Both of you were waiting. Both of you had your reasons for waiting. This person put up some heavy boundaries. They put up the boundaries. There was something that they didn't want you to see. There was something that they didn't want you to... They were trying to force their hand of change upon you. And I feel like Maybe they acted rashly. Fire energy has a tendency to react really quickly, not think things through. Four of Cups is taking a situation for granted, but trying to make movement back towards it, but also putting other people to do their dirty work is what I'm hearing. And it's interesting, in the collective reading, in the short today that I did, we have this energy of messages coming in. So be really careful, really mindful around this. This is someone that you know. This is someone you're on the fence about, and this is someone that you had a dynamic with that didn't end well. It actually kind of ended very harshly, and I do feel like a lot of this was coming from this individual's pride, ego, resistance, not wanting to be honest about something. I do feel like there are some things hidden because this person is like sitting in the dark with their eyes closed, not wanting to look at what is going on around them, maybe having to fess up to something. But at the same time, they're looking at or asking someone else, or in it, like this is like inadvertently like saying, and I don't even think it's an apology, but like trying to extend an olive branch, but in a really like inadvertent way, like in a way where they're not just being direct and straightforward. It's like, oh, I saw this funny meme and thought of you, or you know what I mean? It's like wanting to reach out, but not really having the courage. Still watching, still paying attention, but still being very much in their own vibe, their own energy of like what they're willing to accept from you. This does feel, like I said, like this is connected to the past. I feel like this has messed up certain things for you in the past, whether it was the messiness of this individual, or it was a mess that they created, or you guys created it together. Because there's a lot of short-sighted energy on the board. And there is a reason that this memory is coming up in your blocked energy. Something from, I just shuffled it. Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Something is holding you to the past. We have seen that. It could just be the change, the experience of what you're going through. Queen of Pentacles, finding a little bit more grounding and understanding, right, of what has happened. Yes, there might be some messages that feel uncomfortable, conversations that you don't necessarily want to have. High Priestess energy. There's a lot of people are, everyone, the collective, because Neptune, Saturn are in retrograde in Pisces. It's like heightening that intuitive information, right? Meaning like when we know. Someone knows something. A lot of people know something is how this comes through. There's been a lot of people in our readings in general lately. And I feel like you are looking at things. You're seeing it. You don't want to repeat cycles, mistakes. It's been very disappointing. Other people are disappointed with how things worked out. But at the same time, there is a lot of like hiding energy. Yeah, just constantly people showing up in our readings. And it makes sense. It makes sense why you're kind of stuck in what has happened. But I think that Spirit's also giving you a lot of messages, a lot of understanding on what it means to move forward. When things do pop up, how to work in harmony. I was going to pull this scarab. We've gotten this guy a lot, self-creation. I'm going to put it back in. So it is, right? Again, that initial message, how we create ourselves, right? How we fight for who we are and what we want, regardless of what happens. The Loch Ness monster is attached to curiosity. Leave no rock unturned. Curiosity is an essential ingredient of joy, which leads to fulfillment. If we keep going back to the past, right? If we keep even just in our mind, like reliving those memories, well, it keeps us stuck. It keeps us in that place of not being able to like be curious about what else is out there. You might be a little raw from some of these difficult situations, and Spirit's saying, okay, like find ways to bring in the new. The Luna Moth is in a flash. If you need something, go find it. If you want something to happen, you have to try. Sadness or happiness. It is all energy. Which will you choose? And that can be a little bit of a come to Jesus moment with ourselves. I was reflecting today on how sadness, depression, grief, it can be a really challenging thing. It can also be a very difficult thing to bring ourselves out of there. And yes, it's all energy. Yes, we can make a choice to some capacity, but there also has to be this willingness. We also have to have the right tools to do that. Like those wellness practices that I was talking about, that gives us the foundation. There's so much going on in the modern world: stress, anxiety, fear, depression. You know, there's so many things. And when we take care of our mind, our body, and soul, it helps lessen those things. It helps build our resistance towards those things, right? So that we can actually tap into this energy of manifestation, of happiness, of fulfillment. I love this, the axolotl, regeneration. It's, to me, I'm hearing no matter where you've come from, you can regenerate. Refuse the discomfort, reject its consumption. Repeat this mantra to yourself when the task or the days are hard and your heart is weak. I am brave, I am strong, I can do this. I love that. I love that. It's so beautiful. That's actually like something I say to my son on the regular. You know, like when we're feeling defeated or less than, or we don't have worth, or just this immense amount of sadness, I am brave and I am strong. And that's really, whether we believe it or not, it is, I hate saying that fake it till you make it, but it is just like, where we put our energy, it enlivens. So if we keep repeating that mantra, I am brave, I am strong, I can overcome whatever the sadness, pain was, whatever grief, it might take time. Be gentle with yourself, be aware, know, reminder how much you can take and what you can't, and don't judge yourself for it, right? Like be gentle in the process because you are brave and you are strong. Thank you so much for your time and energy always, especially if you've made it this far in the reading. I really enjoyed reading for you today. I hope you found messages that resonated, and if you do, definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or if you just want to connect, I love sharing in love and support. So thank you so much. Everything blesses my heart that you bring to this channel. I appreciate you. Lots of love, lots of blessings always.